Good morning! Thanks for joining us here on SJU. Once again, on this day, I believe what they tell me is that it's a Thursday. Spencer Gilbert, confirm or deny?
Rumors point to Thursday, Roth, but I can't confirm either.
Danielle Radford, you're the lawyer amongst us. Is it indeed a Thursday?
The law says it is Thursday and shall be and shall always be.
Oh, very good. Well,
It is
literally
Thursday.
always be. Joe Starr, you changed your hair.
It's pretty same-ish. I just cut it again. I'm full Mad Max now. I'm gonna live. I'm trying to swing kettlebells, and I'm just gonna have weird apocalypse hair. And may I be the first small boy thrown to the wolves to pay for oil.
Very good. Well, I'll tell you this.
I know my lot in life. I'm not useful or valuable except as currency. So
Witness Joe.
Witness Joe.
You're useful and valuable to us, Joe Starr.
Not in the new world, Roth.
Not in the new world. I am.
Oh, to trade for oil.
Yes.
I already have
Taking the bullet
currency
down.
for a horny cannibal.
I have a guitar and a flamethrower on my Honda Fit, and I am good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into that desert. But you know what? We don't need to run off into the desert because the world's getting normal, maybe. The Batman. Guess who's bad? Bat is bad. Hat is bad as the bat. So
Yes, who's Bat?
Batman is Batman, and he is Batman. So producers of the Hollywood blockbuster, including The Batman, The Witcher, and the next Fantastic Beasts film, have been given the go-ahead, the green light to restart filming in the UK after the UK government and health and bodies signed off on the new coronavirus safety rules. So the approval for the guidelines paves the way to begin production again, maybe as soon as July. They were drawn up by the British Film Commission and the British Film Institute, and they include social distancing, safety training, temperature tests, blah, blah. We've talked about all of the ways that you can disinfect yourself on a nasty, nasty set. But I think over the next few weeks, we'll be coming up with creative ways you could potentially disinfect yourself over the next couple of weeks.
Sets are gross.
They're so gross.
They're like freshman boy in college. Gross.
They really are. I think I think people have seen enough BTS to know that the glamour is all an illusion. But it certainly is. It's very much all an illusion. So what we're going to talk about here is, James Cameron. I know you guys were worried.
He's our only hope for the decade.
Yeah, Avatar 2 is gonna start filming. Don't worry. In New Zealand, after taking a couple of weeks off to quarantine, they're ready to go. So, sigh of relief. Hey, when the world comes back, what movies are you excited to see, or TV shows that are now going back into production?
Not to start on a horrible negative, but just based on that list, I can't think of something that has me less excited about a cure for a pandemic and all of society's ills than the third Fantastic Beasts movie.
Oof.
They'll right the ship, Joe. Maybe.
They're gonna really stick the landing on this third one. God, nothing has. Nothing. I can think of a few wizard titles that have turned my love for wizards away. But man, this one just really soured me on wizards. That's a sad thing for me. Look at me.
Wizards are all he has.
Wizards are all I have.
How do you feel about beasts?
I mean, I love beasts too, but neither wizards nor beasts that I've been taught to find have been fantastic. So
You have Warhammer, you have Sarah, Joe. We need you alive and well to ultimately trade you for meat parts. Spencer Gilbert.
No one wants a dead Joe.
No one wants a dead Joe until we're ready.
some might.
Not until we're ready to barbecue him. Spencer, talk to me, man.
Sure.
You just said that you have hope for Fantastic Beasts, which actually surprises me.
Well, look, I thought the first one was fine. It was, not my, not the greatest Harry Potter themed movie ever made. I was a little disappointed with how the magical world of America was sad and dystopian. Although in retrospect, spot on.
Yep.
And then the second one was just a mess. It was just like, somebody's 800-page fan fiction, like boom, and like all the pages scattered, and then she just kind of shuffled it back together and then read it verbatim. But the third one, like, hopefully she takes notes or feedback. It was definitely the poorest reviewed and worst at the box office, I think, of all the Harry Potter films. So maybe there'll be a course correction. We'll just get, some actual fantastic fantastic beats. And where to
Give me
drop
some of them fantastic beats.
Wizards.
I was in there with a nomad. Wasn't me.
Wizard.
I'll just let you guys go for a bit.
No,
I think you should stop us. I think that shows a total lack of care for us. If you were to thank you, Danielle. Danielle cares.
Hey.
Danielle, tell me what movie you want to see.
I am looking forward to our Pat's Batman, simply because it feels like they're doing something that they haven't done a lot in the Batman movies, and that I'm always excited when we talk about different interpretations of characters. And one of the reasons why I've said this, I think that Batman has prevailed for as long and I think is as popular as he is because depending on the writer and depending on the material, there's always the core of Batman, Pearl's parents, all that stuff, Bats, Alfred, but there are different versions of the Batman that you can have. You can have Legends of the Dark Knight. You can have the detective. You can have the dude that punches crime in the face. And so it sounds like this one's going to be a lot more the detective, and I am really pumped for that. Like, I'm really excited. Plus, our Pats does interesting stuff. He's gonna do some interesting Bruce Wayne faces. He's gonna look at that. You can make a face.
Heck of a Wayne face.
That's a Wayne face.
Plus, I can't wait to see what he says on the Zoom tour. Ooh, really excited to see what kind of shenanigans he gets into on the Zoom press tour.
Do you think that Batman, not unlike Spider-Man until Tom Hardy, like very few people have been able to bridge the gap between the two sides? Like, I feel like Tom Hardy's such a great Tom Hardy. Good God. Could you imagine if Tom Hardy played Spider-Man?
Yes.
Man loves a mask. It's a perfect fit.
Webs. I got webs.
Tom Holland was such a great
responsibility.
He is such a great Peter Parker and such a great Spider-Man. But I feel like very
just in high school, and it's all the other actors are high schoolers.
It's like Pen 15, but with Tom Holland.
It's the 21 Jump Street crossover that we never got. It's like Spider-Man and 21 Jump Street.
Okay. How you do, fellow kids?
Tom Holland is a great Peter Parker and he's a great Spider-Man. But I feel like with Batman, there's not been a lot of actors that have been a great Bruce Wayne and a great Batman. Like we've always been one or the other, or stronger in one or the other. But maybe Batman, he'll break it.
He'll bring balance to the cowl.
Bring balance to the universe, to the cowl, to the Cowlverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cowl, right? What Batman wears?
Yeah, it's a cowl. It's a cowl.
It's like a reverse face mask.
That is legitimately a cowl. That is 100% a cowl.
Did any of us know what a cowl was before it was referenced to Batman? It's always been a word attached.
Absolutely not.
No. In no way, shape, or form did we use the word cowl.
You guys go ahead. I'm going to do some research.
Research cowls and research weird ways to disinfect yourself also at the same time. Great. So I have a question about Fantastic Beasts, coming back to that one. Do you think that she's got a ghostwriter on it now, like a real screenwriter? That was where it felt to me like she needed the help. It is a different medium, right? Mm-hmm. And it felt to me like she just needed to work with somebody that was a screenwriter.
Yes, it's weird that she didn't. Unless she did, and they're just uncredited, which also happens a lot.
It happens all the time. I mean, there's 200 writers to every Marvel movie that never get credited, but
Money Cash Hose changes everything, Roth. And I think JK made a whole bunch of money and decided that she was untouchable and knew everything and was good at all the things, because how couldn't she be? Look at all of this money, right, Sarah? And it's baked into the contract that you have creative control. She just dive bombed the other one. It was great. Unless it was baked into her contract that sure, you have creative control unless we plummet to a certain dollar amount.
Oh no!
Oh, Joe's making a good point.
Sarah took him out.
Oh no! Sarah killed Joe. We weren't ready to sell his meat yet. I think we all, when he first said money cash hose, heard something differently initially. than what he actually was saying with that. That's a fair point. I don't know. I don't know if she'll have taken the critiques though. To your point, Spencer.
At this point, I think that they have to. Like, if they continue, you start to, if you want to.
Yeah, just leave him. It's the frame of shame.
He's like in cryostasis. I think that it's, at this point, that franchise is such a complete moneymaker that if you don't try to right the ship, like you really run the risk of it not being something that makes everyone all of the money all of the time. It'll still make a lot of the money a lot of the time, but I think at a certain point, it has to be, you have to have like the come to Jesus talk or wherever, where it's like, hey, we have to do something different. If you want to keep rolling in dollar bills, then we have to change something. Because if not, like, this is not, you are ruining your own brand. And I feel like anyone can get that.
It's not so much to me doing something radically different. It's just like picking a lane. It's like, is this a Newt Scamander a quadrilogy or quintilogy, or is this about young Dumbledore? Right. Because the last movie was about all of them at once, and they didn't quite link up to me. But I want to talk more about Avatar too, if we're just talking about movies we're psyched for.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Avatar 2 and Batman a little bit more. Okay, first, here's a question though, because you brought up this dystopian world, and I think when we were reading those stories of the movie that could have been, they were all like more dark and grittier. The other day in terms of directors' versions of films. I think we're starting to enter a world where audiences do not want that right now. They need a little bit of escapism. Do you think that while they still can, any of these films, including Avatar, which I wanted you to talk about, but any of these films shift direction to match the world that is now versus the world that was 6 months ago?
I am very interested to see what Avatar is going to do, because for me, and I think for a lot of people, there are a lot of people who genuinely just love these movies on their own. For me, the entire reason I want to go see it in Avatar 2 is because I want to visit that theme park ride again. You know, I want to do it in the 3D. I want to do, I want to see how he's pushing it now, over a decade later. I want to see, do they add 4D? Like I said, does an usher come up and just start spitting in your face? I don't know, but I wanted to
Only in the water scenes.
Yeah, I wanted to see what that was going to start looking like. And now that we don't know what's, and obviously they're in production, and that Avatar is going to take a while to do it the way that he wants to do it right. I'm interested to see where we're at with movie theaters, where that comes out, because for me, like, I will not enjoy seeing that movie in anything other than like the full 3D IMAX experience, because I'm not going for the plot. I'm not going for the characters. I'm going for that flower's in front of my face. That's cool. That's what I'm going for. So if I'm not able to get that experience out of it, then I'm not interested. And I don't know how that's going to work.
100% agree. Spencer, what were you going to say about Avatar?
Yeah, I need all the Ds. I need 5 Ds in my theater when I go see Avatar. Like you said, I want wind effects. I want rain. I want to be tickled in various places. I want vibration happening. I want to live up to what James Cameron said himself back in 2014 about the Avatar sequels. And I'm sorry for cursing, but this is a quote. James Cameron says the Avatar sequels will, quote, make you shit yourself with your mouth wide open. That is the standard that I'm holding these films to, and that is what I expect when I consume them.
And what could sell a communal experience more than the idea of everyone's having their mouths open while everyone else takes a shit?
We're all evacuating. We're talking about public evacuation.
Rejoin the show.
Sarah offered a pretty strong critique of our show today, which I'll take the criticism. That's fine. And we also thought she had killed you, but no, she let you live for today.
No, you know what? I should have known better than to open one additional tab while streaming. Look up Cowls. I love Spectrum.
Hey, I'm on Spectrum. Crystal clear, baby. Send me that free monthly internet.
Let me so what we were talking about is what we want out of Avatar, but then I was also posing the question, and first of all, we should talk about, I'm also very excited, but we've talked about it before, for Batman, for all the reasons Danielle mentioned, which it seems like I trust this creative team. I think that they have made interesting choices in the past. And I believe that this will be a fun, propulsive detective story, which will be a different kind of Batman than perhaps we have seen. And maybe we'll see very little of Bruce Wayne in this even, which would be interesting. Like, what if it was over a night? Danielle?
Hey,
What if it all happened in one
night.
crazy night where he was he's dispatching various suspects the whole night.
Yes.
He's dispatching all of these suspects the whole night as he unravels this mystery over one propulsive night.
Oh, that's put it right in my veins. At one point, you got the Joker singing Donka Shane doing a parade. Give it to me. I need it.
Maybe it starts with Bruce Wayne doing like a walk of shame home from like a one-night stand, so he doesn't have his bat suit with him.
Well, Bruce, I mean, this is the thing about Bruce Wayne, though, is I remember I had in this really dumb internet show, like this dumb debate who
SJU.
Say it again. This one? No,
SJU.
it was actually not as the one that I do every day now, which is equally dumb. No, it was a different thing where the debate was who would get laid at a party faster, Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne. And my argument was like, Bruce doesn't actually want to get laid. He's always just moping and sad and he wants to hang out with Alfred. Like, he doesn't want to. That's a facade that he puts on, but Tony's out there to get it.
Yeah, he's in it to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
My favorite subject, which superhero is the eest? That is my favorite subject, and I'm glad that we finally got into the important question.
Avatar. Joe Starr, what movie do you want to watch? You want The Witcher.
I'm pretty excited for the second season of The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
I love the first season's so weird and all over the map, and but at the same time, by the time they get to the last episodes with the siege and Yennefer unleashing hell, I was all in, and is he gonna find the girl or not, and all that stuff.
Cirilla.
I was so in by the end that they had me, and the next season's important, man. Next season's when they're like, oh, hey, we beefed up the cast and we have some more money, and it's kind of like, okay, let's see, let's see what you do now that everybody's watching, because it could either be great that Tormund Giant's Bane and 50 other Game of Thrones actors have entered the chat, or it could be messy. So we'll see. Either way, it's going to be fun. So.
All right. Well, I think that
words of the sheriff of Rottingham. There could be a wedding, or there could be a hanging. Either way, pretty good time.
Joe Starr, Danielle, one of you, thank the persons that are watching. All 5.
Joe, you thank the people because you got murdered by your cat earlier. So you thank the people.
5 of you. Hey, thanks for watching, subscribing, liking. We really appreciate it. We really, really do. Everything is really crazy right now, and we're happy to be able to provide you with 45 minutes of whatever this has been, to give you a little bit of a break. It's what we're capable of, and it's what we do. There are links to support Black Lives Matter and everything that's going on. If they're not in today's, they're definitely in yesterday's. We encourage you to do so, if not monetarily, then just to share, if you can. Let's see here. We got some cool stuff for you to watch. There's an honest trailer for Twister, for God's sake. You should watch it. It's a great movie. And the honest trailer is super funny, especially if you're into wind jokes, and we certainly are.
And we got them.
We got them, baby. And then there's a great watch this for stuff to watch in the vein of Avengers Endgame. Up as well on Fandom Entertainment right here. So definitely check all that out.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And we're going to go to Ryan pretty soon to hear about what everybody else is saying in terms of the movies that they are most looking forward to in the coming years, hopefully next year. So, hey, I had a question before Sarah ate you and then just coughed you back up for us as a little human hairball. Thank you, Sarah.
Now she's just right off camera licking her butt spitefully. So.
No.
Oh, and not even on camera? That is
spiteful butt lick.
Butt lick. Don't like it.
So here's my question for us, and this is what I posed to Danielle and Spencer, which is that we've been talking about how people are probably more in the mood right now for escapism, for a spectacle in a weird way, particularly where we're talking about the things that we were looking forward to in Avatar, such as like just the spectacle, the immersion, being in this weird world, all of the 10Ds available to us, like basically they would hire people to sit in seats seats over to us and just splash water out of little cups at us at appropriate moments in the film. All of that is available in Avatar. Oddly, it feels maybe like the movie that people will most want as a bit of escapism of the ones that we've been talking about. But what do you think? Do you think that the things that are going into production that can change to be slightly less dystopian for the things that are in that vein will change?
Right. I mean, based on what you're describing, it sounds like you don't want to go to the movies and you do want to go to a high school drama club production.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they change the world and participate in the audience. And
Yeah,
With
I
a
wanna go to
$400
Tony and-
million
yeah.
budget.
I want to go to Tony and Tina's wedding. That is what I want to go do.
Oh God, I have Tony and Tina's wedding flashbacks now. The production that paid the rent of every San Francisco actor from 1996 to 2006. I think we're gonna get a little bit of both, because I think there are people who are gonna be like, "That's what's in the air, dystopia. We got to respond to it," and I do think you're gonna get a lot of stuff that's like, "You need a break." I think it depends on where the public sways on the Gilbert creators' opinions on the Joker. If people really agree with them and they're like, man, the Joker really enacted change. Good call, creator of Gilbert. I think we're going to get a lot more Jokers. Roth, you have been too busy to pay attention to Gilbert Twitter.
All this
Twitter is
protesting
lit.
about is, you know why people have taken to the streets, Roth? I got one more movie for you, a movie I think is a masterpiece, and clearly some very smart people agree with me.
Oh God, what now?
It's fine. It's just a dumb thing he said. He says all this stuff, all the protests and everything is just because people saw Joker last year.
Oh, internet.
Got into their brain.
It got into their brain.
It
It made us do Joker stuff.
It's
Joker
powerful
stuff.
storytelling. When you do patterns and powerful, it's such a good movie that it made us go do Joker. Bye, Roth.
And to quote Ryan before we went live, what does the creator of Kathy think?
Where's the creator of what's Jim
quit
Davis think
live.
about this?
Where's Jim Davis at? Man,
Well, we already know that the Garfield restaurant is strictly in Black Lives Matter. Like they put it on their Twitter. We already know that they are firmly. Jim Davis is with the people.
Yep.
That's what we know.
Yep. I heard they brought back the Far Side.
Hey, they did.
I love the Far Side.
Yeah.
Where do they stand on Black Lives Matter?
When I was a kid, my dad got in trouble with a coworker because he had to bring me to work one day. I was in probably like first grade, and they put me at one of his coworkers' desks because they were out for the day and they had a Far Side calendar, and I just wasn't thinking, and so I was just like, I like this one and this one, this one, and I ruined their Far Side calendar.
I mean, why would you put a child? That is their bad. That is not on you. You do not put an unsupervised child alone with things that can be ripped or torn.
Yeah, nothing perforated around a kid.
It's just a rule. Hello, cat.
I know. Roth had it.
I needed a moment.
There it is.
I understand.
Just breathing deep. Just there it goes. Just woo-saw.
Woo-saw.
Woo-saw. Just woo-saw.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And thank you for bringing all of that to my attention, because I didn't know, and now I do.
That seems like that's disingenuous. I don't think that you do thank us, Roth.
Oh no, I thank you, Ryan. I thank you for telling me what the people are saying that they want to watch, that they're excited about coming up, that's going back into production.
Let's see. So we have
I'd like some
S.
comments on my
Marcy's-
cat and how cute she is, because she feels a little left out. I love Sarah too. I get that Sarah's the star of the show. She's a supporting player. She accepts her role.
She's certainly cuter than Catbert, the evil HR cat from the comic strip.
Right.
Gilbert.
That's right. I think
I get a
know
lot of
what
Roth cat love coming in the chat. Oh,
Thank you.
There we go.
sorry, Joe.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just making fun of Catbert.
Let's see. S. Marcy says, Oh, it's 100% Wonder Woman 84 for me. Adam Kennedy says, more Marvel, put it in my veins. He also wants to see Avatar with more and more animals, forget the characters. And Luis Kavanaugh says, I'm really looking forward to Mulan. So a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm into Animal Crossing approach to Avatar, where it's just maybe one character taking care of a bunch of weird stuff, and there's
Just like dragonflies running away from avatars as they try to put their ponytails in them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is it Tom Nook just like putting his ponytail into other things? Because like, no, thank you.
They're coming, scram.
I'm gonna do fan questions. Ow.
really should. I want to see all those movies.
See you.
Heroes 12 says, what movie character do you think would be the best to officiate a wedding?
Ooh, speaking of Mulan, I'm gonna go with Shang. I think, or officiate a wedding. I'm going to go with movie character. I'm gonna cheat and do TV. I'm gonna go with President Bartlett from The West Wing.
Oh,
he's who I want to officiate a wedding.
Like that. My first instinct was
wedding.
I think it depends on what you want out of your wedding, because my first instinct was Mufasa, but then I was like, I don't want to be there for a few hours, and I feel like Mufasa's really gonna be like, okay, let's really unpack what's going on here.
You're gonna learn a lot, though.
In the beginning.
I don't want to go to one of those 4-hour Catholic weddings, man. I want
First of all, it's not going to be a Catholic wedding. It's going to be a Black wedding, which is going to be 7 hours. 4 of those are going to be different renditions of Amazing Grace. So I just need you all to be ready. I hope you learned your lion version of the Cuban Shuffle, Joe, because that's what you're getting.
Well, you just sold it. Okay, Mufasa.
All right.
That sounds like a really great wedding. I want to go to your wedding.
Long weddings are the worst. I want someone
problematic wedding, but it's gonna be fun.
I think this is a cheat, but I'll do Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers from Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. You know, someone that can like be funny and charming, but really mostly sweet and heartfelt, and like take a back seat to the moment, read the room. I think he's a minister, right? Wasn't he? Wasn't Mr. Rogers a minister?
He was.
Perfect. Mwah, done. Best wedding ever.
We all are in the age of the internet.
We all are. I'm a minister. I've got a Universal Life Church thing. I've officiated at least 2 weddings. One of them is still going.
No, but
There you go.
Really,
50-50, baby.
he really was.
Oh, like a real, no, I did that on the internet. I have a laminated card.
I think that's a great pick. Mine is weird, and I didn't pick a character. I just want Trevor Noah to do it. Because have you ever seen the videos of him doing, they call it between the scenes, and they release it on YouTube, and it's just him talking, and he's like talking off the top of his head, and it's insane. Like I would just be like, talk about wedding stuff, and he would just go for 10 minutes, and it would be really beautiful and inspiring and funny and thoughtful and specific, and then I'd be married in 10 minutes. I'd be married.
I'm glad it's good, because we lost an Emmy to that a couple of years ago.
I mean,
I was like, really? Trevor Noah talking?
I don't want to lose
watched it. I mean, I don't want to.
I haven't watched it.
I don't want to like.
Okay, well, fine. I would like my wedding to be officiated by carpool karaoke. So it's just going to be me and whoever I'm marrying in the back seat while James Corden has us sing the hits, and that's going to be my wedding. One of you has to come with us.
It's a way better. I will say this.
Well, yeah. Who's the artist?
It's a step up to lose to that than to lose to carpool karaoke.
I don't know. The Paul McCartney episode was good.
They weren't in a car. It's fine, and that's not for Emmy reasons. That's for branding reasons.
You know,
I don't want
the carpool.
I just like the idea that it would be surprising. I wouldn't know what was going to be said. It would be off the cuff. It'd be really short, and then I'd be married, and that'd be done. Yeah,
and then party.
I do want to throw Ricky Bobby into the mix from Talladega Nights, just based on the Grace scene from Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
That I don't want him to officiate my wedding, but I would attend that wedding just to hear how many soft drinks the sanctity of marriage are compared to.
I like it. We solved it, guys.
We did it.
I'm just waiting to see how long I can let the silence hang before.
Oh, that's bad. You should.
See, because I was waiting to. I was about to say, do I have to start hosting now?
No. It was just an experiment. I ran it.
Classic hosting. See how long you can be silent for.
See how long it takes for them to figure it out. Ryan, I want to hear from the people. Who do they want to officiate? And also, do they have continuing thoughts about the productions that they're looking forward to, or if they think that things will become more lighthearted in the coming years in entertainment and television?
Yes. Let's see. There was some Ron Swanson love. I want to try to find someone who actually who said it specifically. Adam Kennedy also says Beetlejuice, which I really like. I'm sorry, I'm going through it. This is all live. Let's see.
Beetlejuice would be great. Everyone is dancing whether you want to or not.
At Make a Beer says Gills from Buffy would also, or Giles. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Giles.
Didn't know. I thought there was 2 L's. Anyway, let's see. Someone said Bryan Cranston's a minister. At Benzia Zaitin says Bryan Cranston is a minister. True story. So I think maybe he could just regular Bryan Cranston, or in one of his characters could do it.
Oh.
I do not want Walter White to marry me.
As a Trumbo. We're gonna have ourselves a nice little wedding here.
Malcolm in the Middle Dad might be fun.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That could be fun.
At Mark the Drifter says William Dafoe from The Lighthouse, which I also think would be
Just fart the whole time. So what I was saying,
No one would understand
when
what he's
I
saying.
froze was that Pattinson was just trying to like save himself from all the farting. There was so much farting in that movie.
Yeah, went to his head.
All top 10 of the movie farts belong in that one film.
Don't forget Manchester by the Sea. That's got a good one.
Ryan, what else you got?
Let's see. Some other productions that got some love. At Grimish was pointing out a couple. Venom 2, Godzilla vs. Kong, John Wick 4, and Matrix 4. And there was also a good amount of Bill and Ted love as well.
I am excited for Matrix 4, man. I just for the nostalgia of being able to go back to 1999 when things were simpler and I was still on my parents' insurance. I'm fascinated to see if they pull it off.
During the summer when we all fell in love with a movie where a dude had sex with a pie. I also forgot to mention all the musicals that are coming out that I'm really pumped for.
That was Matrix 2, Danielle.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, I'm really ready for West Side Story. I'm really ready for In the Heights. Like those 2 are ones that I am super looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because I love me a musical.
You know what? I think I'm gonna switch my wedding officiate to just being like someone who can sing. Yeah.
Oh.
What if they just sang? What if they sang your vows?
The Queen to Be guy from Coming to America?
Sure.
It just seems distracting. Like you don't want the focal point of the wedding to be, the diva up in the middle. Like you want it to be about you. You
The Blue Diva from Fifth Element?
Yeah, the Blue Diva from Fifth Element.
Yes.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Or if you want someone who will make it musical that can't sing, you could do Lin-Manuel Miranda. That would be another good one.
Would be nice.
Because the singing, not a strong suit, but the heartfelt rapping.
Yes.
The really heart. He'd shed many tears about your love.
Okay. I'm into that one. I'm into the Blue
and
Diva.
Jackie are here to stay.
Or if you wanted a super short wedding, you would just get Lilo to do it. Multi-pass. You're married. Okay.
She hasn't gotten a W yet. She doesn't know what a wedding is.
she had just arrived at W, if you'll recall.
But she stopped at war. She's like,
That was a rough moment. It was a rough moment for her. Ryan, thank you for calling out. Thank you guys for giving us your picks as well as ours. Thank you for telling us who you would like to officiate your wedding. I think that we've landed on a talking dog. Great.
Dogbert.
So yeah, definitely.
Ain't nobody said a dog can't officiate a wedding.
Nothing in the rule book.
Nothing in the rule book.
No.
Play ball.
That's it. Talking dogs, getting married, movie farts, Batman. Bye. That's our show.
Oh, okay.